So for this video, we're going to show you how to create a GIF for class. You're going to make your video or your GIF based on the 10 indicators of climate change. You're going to use this in your science class for a visual aid with your paper. So we're going to start off, and as you can see on your template, you just have one slide. So using the tools, we're going to go ahead and create the background. Now for in class, I do have the resource slide for you, but I'm not going to use it quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and split my image in half using the shape tool to create my sky. Just following along with the same steps that I used in class, or that we did in class from the last time. Okay. So I know that I want enough space at the ground level, so I need to go up higher. I'll shift the other shape up in a minute. Actually, let's go with a solid color for this one. Click on this shape. So I do want a little bit of water showing up here because I want to show a bit of the climate change. So I'm going to use the polyline tool actually and create an open area. Okay, and let me fill this in. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to group this together so it doesn't move later on. And so now I'm going to go to the resource slide and I'm going to add items to create the image that I need. So I have my picture built up for what I want for my background. At this point, you are now going to start adding things that you want to indicate. So I'm going to go ahead, go over here, right click, duplicate slide. This way I'm not having to redraw the slide every time. So I want to talk about, for my first indicator, is the lowering of the ice. So I do have in the resource, I do have arrows for you to use, but you can also just go into the shape toolbox and create your own. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to add this arrow. I'm going to fill it in with red. I'm going to add a text box. I'm going to fill in my text box so it really stands out. And I'm going to type Arctic Sea Ice. Let me slip this box over a little bit. Okay. Shift my box around because I don't want it to black out too much of what I want. So then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to duplicate this slide again. Now, if you want to, what you can do is you can use the scribble tool. So I click back on slide 2. You can go in and add little animations to these. So with my scribble tool, you can draw little lines to represent the water dropping, or you can even go into the shape tool. And if I'm not mistaken, they have a teardrop shape. So you can do like water. Oh, if I can get it to show right. Let's pull this end out. Rotate and shrink if you want. But for the purpose of this, I'm not going to add that. I have no idea where my scribble line went. It's okay. So I'm actually going to duplicate this slide 2 times. And we're now on slide 4, simply to give a person enough time to read this. Because if we were to click back on 1, this is how it would appear. And because of that, I'm actually going to go back to slide 2. And I'm going to delete this first arrow. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we're going to add our second box like so. So I've gone in now from slide 1 and I've added a few more things. To kind of keep up with your animation, if you just click on slide 1 and kind of just hit the down key, you can see your animation as it progresses, and kind of see where you may need to move some items. So I've added a thermostat in the resource slide in case you need it. So I'm going to paste mine right here where I need my temperature to be seen. Let's. Now you don't have to add the thermostat. I'm just doing it for this portion of the video. I would probably stick with the arrows to keep with consistency. And now my computer wants to take forever. But to follow along with the same with this thermostat, I'm going to place one here to talk about air temperature rising, if my computer will work with me. So I had to pause my video to get my computer to work with me. But as you can notice, between slide 8 and slide 9, I added 2 items without realizing it. So it's a simple fix. You can just simply take the items, my computer will work, and delete them. So instead of clicking on them and deleting them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate my slide. Which will make that slide 10. Go back up to slide 9 and simply delete these from slide 9. So it's a simple fix as long as you pay attention. I'm going to continue doing the same steps and adding my more indicators because now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 5 more. To show you this quick area, I'm going to add a section about wildfires. So I'm going to go over here to my text box. And as soon as it loads. So if you want to have a continuous animation in your GIF while it's working, you'll have to constantly be mindful about where your items are and what you change. But for mine, I just want to do a quick little bit that shows up when this box kind of appears. So I'm going to go to my resource slide real quick. And I'm going to go to the fire, or the one with the fire. So I'm going to go to this one. I'm going to copy it. Go back to this one, and I'm going to paste the fire in there. At this point, this is entirely too large, so I, of course, am going to shrink this down. I'm going to place it right here. I'm going to go over here and duplicate my slide. I'm going to go to the fire and simply make it larger. Then duplicate this slide again. And make it smaller once again. So when, okay, I'm going to click on slide 11 at this point. So while you're watching it, when it goes through, it should make it appear as though the fire is going. There we go. It's just taking a second for my keyboard to catch up. It's just one of the ways. Now, when you go to make your fun GIF, you can, of course, kind of mess around and see by simply shifting things. It makes things appear like they're moving across, and things like that. So I've got all 20 of my slides done. So hopefully my computer doesn't slow down. Let's go quickly and look through. Okay. Let's quickly see if we can get a preview of this. I want to make sure that each of my little pop-ups, there's not really more than one at a time, simply because I don't want to overwhelm the person with too much information all at once. And it doesn't look like my computer is really going to work with me on the transition of this. But hopefully I can go ahead and show you how you're going to create the link for your animation. Now, if your link doesn't work, it's an automatic 50, so you have to make sure this works. So I'm going to go to Publish to the Web, change this setting to every second, click both of these boxes, and click Publish. Then you're going to click OK. Now, this URL, you're going to copy it, open a new tab, and paste it. And it should automatically start your animation. All right, and see, it'll automatically loop back, and that's how you get a good grade for this project. You need to make sure that this link is pasted into your slide and have a screenshot of this animation as well.